I don't think I have said this my entire life, but naturopathic Dr. Randy Lee, I am very disappointed in you.
Oh, no.
We are about to do a podcast on the month of May, and you've left out a very important day in May, and that's Star
Your
Wars Day.
birthday.
No, Star Wars Day. May the 4th be
You're right.
with
I
you.
missed that.
Ugh.
All right, that went over my head. But you're right. I didn't mention that. That was Joseph that mentioned that, folks, not me. Hey, we are going to talk about May. You know, every month this year, Jolene, who's one of our naturopathic doctors at the store, does research on holidays and tries to tie those into health things that we would be interested in the naturopathic field, or in the medical field, or in the doctor field, or in our field here as an herbalist as well in a health food store. So this is the month of May, and she's you know, every kind of ailment that you have these days has a day, has a focus, has an awareness moment. And in the month of May, those awareness things fall to arthritis, asthma, allergy, employee health and fitness, fibromyalgia, health, vision, lupus, mental disease, skin cancer, strokes, women's health, and World No Tobacco Day. All those kinds of things fall in the month of May. So if you're watching your calendar, you'll see all those awarenesses come up in the month of May. What Jolene has done is she's taken a couple of actually 3, I think, of the major holidays that are in May, and then she's not trying to teach you about the holidays necessarily, but she's thinking something that you may be aware of that's happening in those holidays that we could talk about the health of. For example, the first one in the month of May is May Day. And she talked about going back to Roman times and Chinese, Middle East, a lot of things like that. But the topic came out to be May Day was floral. And so a lot of flowers growing, a lot of flowers being planted, a lot of flowers being given. Do you know what the number one day for giving flowers in the world is? Well, don't jump for that little clue that I put you there. It's
right.
not. It's Valentine's Day,
Wow.
but number 2 is Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a time of great flowers. And so she does quite a spiel in here. Like I said, I'm just giving you highlights because her blog is like 10 pages long.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm giving you the highlights, and the highlights of May Day are she talks quite a bit about edible flowers. And I don't know if you know, nasturtium blossoms are edible, and there are an awful lot of flowers that we can eat the flowers, or we can eat the stems and leaves as well. So a dandelion, you can eat the flowers and the leaves, and get health benefit from them. So if you're looking for healthy ways to do something that'll remind you of May, think about dandelions in the month of May and May Day, and work with that. So a time of great color, great joy, and a time to enjoy edible flowers, for that matter. The second holiday that she puts in is that was May Day is May 1st. The
Right.
second one is Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May. And so she gives quite a talk about Mexican folk healing and the practice of blending Mayan, Aztec, and Spanish Catholic traditions, folk healers. All of those things are addressed in almost a full page within her blog. So if you want to look at some of the things that are specific to Mexican healing, or the Mexican healing system, are things that we as Americans have drawn from our Mexican brothers and sisters, or those Mexicans who are living among us as citizens of our United States, and look at some of the things that they do to practice medicine that may be a little bit different from what we normally see. You can get a hint of those in her blog on the Cinco de Mayo Day. The third one she has listed is Mother's Day, and she does a little bit of talk about two categories with Mother's Day. Of course, women's health, but she covered women's health quite a bit back in February when we were talking about Valentine's as well. And so she did a little twist on it this month and put in some stuff about childcare. And so if you're looking for some specific things on that you could do to help with your childcare, whether it's infant massage, she addresses that. She's talking about chiropractors who specialize in manual adjustment for children, particularly if you've got spinal disorders or things that deal with any kind of physical things for a young child. She covers those in there as well. Meditation is covered under Mother's Day because mothers like to see it get quiet every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
A lot of noise when you're raising kids. And so if you can have some quiet times, and she gives some aids to promote better brain health, easing pain, fighting illness, and lessening the effects of conflict from others. Those are all included in the blog under the subject of Mother's Day. Another key area of women's health is hormones. So she has a couple of paragraphs on some hormone things and some hormonal treatments that you can do, some things that you can take specific to women's health. We've got a whole set of shelves here in the store that are nothing but women's products, and most of them will help them get through childbirthing, menopause, just women's health in general. So she begins to touch on a bunch of those kind of products as well. And then she lists a number of herbs that are specific for women and gives you exactly what they do within the women's body. So if you're interested in reading about wild yam, dong quai, black cohosh, dandelion, licorice, maca, rhodiola, ashwagandha, schizandra, yes, those really are all the names of herbs, and she lists what the women get out of those particular herbs. I saw the look on your face, and I did not say Shazam.
I was thinking
I
that.
said Shazandra.
Sounds like superhero.
I could tell you were. Yeah, you got it. We've got a theme going here. Okay, the next topic she talked about was Memorial Day, and under Memorial Day, we talk about those that have passed away in war times is really what we're celebrating during that holiday. But she begins to talk about ensuring that the memories maintain a long time, and so things that we can culturally do for health benefits and stuff to honor our wartime heroes and to ensure that we are healthy so that we can serve as wartime heroes if we ever were called upon to do that. She got great things that are drinks and egg products, and then this is also the area where she gets into what kind of benefits some of these things that we eat during the Memorial Day times do for your body. And then my favorite part of her blog always is, I enjoy reading about the holidays themselves, and I think it's neat the way she twisted it so that we get into some otherwise neglected health topics by focusing on the holidays. But my favorite part of her blog is always when it gets to the bottom and it says recipes. She's got 2 full pages of recipes here of things that you can make and that are related to the holidays that we've just talked about. Things like Kentucky Derby mint julep recipe, flea and tick washes, because we have in the summertime an abundance of fleas and ticks that are coming around, itchy skin treatments, homemade baby formula, nursing mother's tea, nursing mother's milkshake that looks pretty yummy even if you're not a nursing mother. So if you want to get some really good recipes that just happen to be oriented around some of the holidays, you can find those recipes there as well. Take a look at it. It's lengthy, but it's very, very informative and very, very interesting. So take a few minutes and read the long blog.
Very good. All right. Well, that brings our month of May to a close. And so until next month of June, be safe and healthy.
Amen.